Welcome back to the latest edition of The Blend. My name is Steve Benz, broadcasting live, downtown Chicago. That's where I am. All right, I got a return guest today. For all you hockey fans, it's not that Phil Varone. This is rock star, the man with the great hair, calling from Vegas. He's got a brand new show. Yes, he wants to be on radio now. Phil Varone. Phil, welcome aboard, my friend.
Hey, man, it's good to be here. You know, it's funny you talk about the hockey player because I was on the phone with my cable company the other day, and they said, the guy goes, man, your name sounds familiar. Do you play hockey? And I said, no. I said, you're talking about Phil Varone. I said, he plays hockey. I play drums. And then when we asked that Amazon thing,
right?
That what is that like? What's the Siri? The Amazon Siri thing? That tells you everything.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I don't even remember what the name of the damn thing is.
Yeah, we asked who Phil Varone was, and they told they said washed up rock star, whatever the hell, stay away from him. But we asked who Phil Varone was, and they didn't know, the hockey player. So I actually topped them on the Amazon thing. So that's pretty good.
See, there you go. We've got a lot of listeners across the border, so I didn't want to confuse them that you don't play hockey. It's not you.
Yeah, I used to play hockey, though. And I actually I tweeted Phil Varone because I asked him I would want one of his sweaters
Sure.
as Varone on the back. But I never heard from him. I think I scared him. So, but, what are you going to do?
But now, with your radio show coming up, premiering this week, I got a beef with you regarding it. Okay?
Yeah.
So you're already a drummer, producer, songwriter. Yeah. Member of Saigon Kick. Okay, whoop-de-doo. You're an actor. You do comedy. You do everything. So now you want to take my job away? Dude, come on.
Well, I really haven't succeeded in any of those. So, what's that saying? When you know everything and jack of all trades and master of none. But, I just, I was on Sirius for about a year, and I was having fun over there, and that was just talk radio. With
Right.
this format now, I get to play music as well, so I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, I like radio. For me, it's just getting more experience, and RadioVegas.rocks. That's the place to go. Internet radio is fun. It's around the world,
Right.
and we're going to have a shot at it tomorrow. I got Chris McClernand from Saigon Kick,
Nice.
and also a new band from Las Vegas because I'm doing a new music segment as well. So it's for me, it's all about music. It's music. It's introducing new bands, stuff like that. There's really my career has a little bit of everything, but this is really going to be music for me.
So it's going to be more indie type stuff?
Well, unsigned. I have the band that's coming in is unsigned. Great
Nice.
band, But yeah, I'm going to play. I want to play stuff that's great that you haven't heard. I remember when I would go to Atlantic Records and we would, raid the vault and get all the new music that they signed that year. Only a handful of those ever came out. So we would find like amazing bands that just were left on the shelf, to rot. So I want to kind of go into that and find bands, even if they're 20 years old, it doesn't matter. But I want to find bands that I like, that are great, that deserve to be heard, and kind of go that route as well. And also introduce new musicians. I have, a bunch of talent out here in Vegas that's not signed, singers, bands, solo artists, duos, everything. So So I'm just looking for them, and just to have some fun with them. And it's going to be fun. It's loose, but I have a solid playlist every week that I pick and choose. So it's going to be a lot of fun for me.
So no Taylor Swift. Is that what you're saying?
Unless you listen, everybody wants her to write a song about them. Right. I would love to break her heart.
Right.
Give me like 15, 20 seconds with her. She'll be writing a song. That's all I have to say. But yeah, no, it's all it's cool stuff. I was with I'm playing now with Jakey Lee in Red Dragon Cartel. So we just finished I just finished the drum tracks on the new record. It comes out next year. And I was with Jake the other night, and I was explaining the radio, my radio show, and the format and what songs I'm playing, and he kind of introduced me to the older 70s generation of Cactus and Montrose and all those bands that I never really got into as much. And so I'm going to do a mixture of everything. Any song that's good, I'll put on there. So we'll see what happens, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
So you're going to be like a a rock star critic?
Well, I mean, yes, they're my like favorite songs, whatever.
Okay.
I'm also taking the requests from the listeners as well.
Nice.
I have a Facebook post now about the best cover song. I have a segment called Under the Covers, and it's about the best cover songs. And this week is going to be a great one. I'm not going to say what it is, but I pick one of the listeners and then one of mine, and we play those. So everybody can be part of it, and then we got giveaways and all kinds of fun stuff. You know how it works.
Oh yeah. You got to do with that. You got to hawk it. You got to get the merch out, man. The merch. That's why I like your name, Unfiltered. That was really clever of you.
Yeah, well, that's the name of my book, shameless plug, on Amazon right now. You can buy it. But, yeah, Unfiltered is the name of the book, and it just seemed to be the right thing to do as far as the radio show. And, yeah, it's all about the merchandising, right? I actually have a meeting today with the merchandise company. It's all about the merchandise.
It really is. That's where the real money is, let's face it. It is.
Yeah. Well, if you have some fun stuff, I mean, who wouldn't want to drink coffee with my mug on it? You know what I'm saying?
Looking at you in the morning going, damn, he's got good hair. Damn, I hate that guy. So
look at the hair on this coffee mug.
Hey, I wasn't really sure where you were going to go with the show because the last time you were on here, we talked about hair for, I swear, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, to this day, my hair is definitely a bigger star than me. And the other night I went on one of the shows on the station, and I had the worst hair in history. It was so bad. It was actually worse than when I was on Oprah, and that was pretty bad hair for me. Wow. I actually took a selfie of it because I show the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just about good hair, although I'm probably about 80% good hair days. Yeah. So I show the 20% of bad hair days. And if you go on my Instagram, you can see how bad it looks. It's terrible on there. So, but you got to make fun of yourself, right?
Well, you have to, because that's the nice thing about this medium is I can be who I really am, and I don't have to worry about people looking at me to some degree. I get to sit in a dark studio and just say whatever's on my mind, play whatever it is that's on my mind. So that's the beauty of this. So that's what I like about you getting involved in this medium.
Yeah, I've always, me, I can't shut up. So, I mean, and we've done so many interviews over our careers and bands and stuff. It's kind of fun to be the other side. And my year on Sirius XM, really taught me how to do talk radio and interview people because, that alone is something that's pretty hard. I realized that the minute I started radio back then. So, but yeah, I think that if you're interesting enough and you have something to say, people will listen. And I'm just going to have fun.
Now, you're going to hear the naysayers. Anyone can do what you do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you should try anything you want to do. And I think that when you try things, you'll realize how hard they truly are. Like, that's why I did stand-up. That's why I did acting. Because, you sit back and you're the, Monday morning quarterback. But if you're really in the trenches and trying it, I think it gives you a better appreciation for it. And most people that have radio shows, the internet stuff, they don't really know how to do radio, and that's fine. I mean, you'll learn. But I was taught, at Sirius XM, which means I had my ass handed to me every time I did a show.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how that works. That's like if you listen to Stern and some of the others, podcasting was really the worst thing ever that happened to radio. And I'm on that side. I would say, yes, everyone thinks they're Stern. Everybody thinks they have something to say when you don't. Right. This is hard. This is actually hard. You have to listen, and it's not about you. It's about your guest.
Exactly.
That's the one piece of advice I'd give to you.
Yeah, and I think that, coming up on Sirius, that was a strictly talk format,
Yep.
no music, and I had to talk. I learned pretty fast, but I also learned, in improv classes and doing stand-up comedy as well, to keep the conversation rolling. 1 second of dead air is an hour to me, so I try to keep it rolling and, have something that's entertaining or, keeping it just not dead. That dead air to me is just the most brutal thing ever. So,
but sometimes it's okay. It's, you got to have that pause every now and then.
Yeah, that's fine. But when there's that awkward dead air, that's what kind of, ruins everything. So, and I've had those moments and you're sitting there, especially with a bad guest.
Yeah.
If they don't answer well, You got to keep it going.
Oh my God! Don't make me talk of all the guests that didn't want to talk. I'm not gonna try to throw her under the bus, but I had on my show recently, and she didn't want to talk.
Why?
I have no idea, and I'm just thinking to myself, your people called me. It was a struggle for 15 minutes to get much out of her, and she was coming to town too to promote her show. So wow. I don't get it.
Yeah,
it was weird. Unlike you, I mean, you got a great personality. You're out going, oh my God, you got a great personality, Phil. He really does. You should listen to him, okay? So you're set. You're at least charming, and all right, that's what the lady said. You're charming.
A good personality is an insult, isn't that?
It is.
Oh, is he good looking? Well, he's got a nice personality.
Yeah, but you should go out with him, okay? I was kind of thinking Unfiltered should be a relationship show because Lord knows you probably have screwed up hundreds.
Oh, without a doubt, I'm the worst. Actually, it's single forever, basically, and I take my part in it. And don't get me wrong, girls are the same in that respect. Yep. But in my relationships, I see my part in it. Yep. I own up to it. That's the difference between me and most men.
Yep.
They'll blame it on the woman. They'll do this. They'll do that. I pretty much know what I did in there, so I can at least own it and try to learn from it. But for me, it's kind of like I like single. We're about to hit the road in 2018 with Red Dragon Cartel and Jake E. Lee and stuff, and it's like holding a relationship while you're touring for 2 years is really tough. Yep. And I know that, and I wouldn't put a woman through that. That's brutal to have somebody at home waiting for you to call and worrying about groupies and whatever else. So for now, I'm going to be single. So I would never give out relationship advice, ever. I need it myself.
But you'd be the perfect person to give it up because you could say, this is what I did and this was really wrong. But you could do what you want. Yeah,
but most guys did the same thing I did.
Yeah.
So it's nothing new. Like I didn't like have this aha moment where I was like, oh, wait a minute. If I don't cheat, maybe I can keep her. Or if I don't get bored, maybe I won't sabotage this. Or it's like it's the same thing over and over and over. You have your honeymoon phase. It's the chase.
Yeah.
It's the catching. Yep. That's exciting, and that honeymoon phase, and then you realize like, I want to chase something else. Like that's usually the case. And I was a swinger for many years to kind of do that. In relationships, and it helped, but it didn't. And then I got kind of bored with swinging, and I'm no longer doing that. But yeah, so I have no clue.
So you got to think social media is like the worst for people trying to cheat out there because then they post it up on their Instagram. It's like, yeah, you're pretty smart about that.
Yeah, I find, it's a weird thing, the internet. I find that it's like you have the world at your fingertips, yet you get more disconnected, and you just get dumber.
Yeah.
And there's no talking anymore. We were just talking about this the other day on the radio because one of the comics actually went on Plenty of Fish and got and met this girl, and I was like, did she look like her picture? That's the first thing because
right.
Filters and catfishing and all that other crap. There's like so many factors, and so I don't know. The internet is weird. And then like you said, I've actually had my friends found out that they're broken up because their friend called them and said, hey, did you guys break up? And they'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, well, your boyfriend just posted that he's single and whatever. So it's a crazy world right now. I mean, everything's driven by that social media or Facebook.
It is what it is. I know I sit here during my show and I have more people messaging me than actually interacting with me. I can't get them to call in. There are times where we can't get people to call in, but they'll message me through Twitter all frickin' day.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's I do not have Facebook on my cell phone. I don't have Messenger on my phone. I'm old school. I have Twitter and stuff on my phone, but and if you want to go and follow me on Twitter, and all my social media is real Phil Varone. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I talk to the fans and stuff like that. And
sure.
And I was wondering about that as well, like the calls, if it's going to be the same thing. But yeah, man,
that's what's going to happen.
Like
I guarantee it.
Everybody can text and say things, but they would never say that in person.
Oh, never.
And, yeah, you can text stuff like, "Hey, you want to see, a nude pic or whatever." You would never say that in person to somebody.
Although that would be That would be worth doing just once.
Yeah, but I also, I talk to my friends that are women, and I'm like, how many penis pics did you get today? Like how many were sent in?
Yep.
And it's amazing. It's staggering
Yep.
the amount of pictures that are just sent. Like, hey, you're hot, and then attached is his dong. It's crazy.
But it's the same dong. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where the disconnect happened, where guys just have zero respect, like zero. They don't know how to behave. Everyone's out of control. It's so crazy. So I use my social media for what it is.
Yep.
It's social media for what I'm promoting, the band, the radio station. My friends have my cell number, so they can call me anytime,
Right.
text me or whatever.
Right.
But social media is just like, it's
Yeah.
just a little. And in fact, I was off of it for about 3 months lately because I just take a break from it because it's too much. Just like with all the craziness going on in the world with the president and, the terrorists and this. And it's like everybody's got an opinion. And it's so loud on there. Like you go on Facebook and it's like a bad like song screeching on with the volume on 20. Just reading all this negative crap, and it's like, man, I need a break from this. So I'm finding that I'm spending less time on there and just going on there to do what I need to do as far as promotions and stuff.
Yeah,
So.
that's what I do. It's just for entertainment value. When people were screaming, I posted people eating bananas. So.
Yeah, I find I refuse to put anything negative.
Yeah, why?
Something comedic. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's like and like today I sent a tweet out about drivers because I was driving doing 65 and a car next to me in front of me was doing 65. There was a cop on the side of the road, but the guy in front of me decided to slow down for some reason.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to get a ticket, but he was doing the speed limit.
Yeah.
So, like it's that kind of stuff that I just kind of got to get out and just, because I try to keep everything positive in this world of craziness. And I don't allow anything negative on my pages. Like I just, people take shots at me, and I just delete them and block people. I don't engage in that kind of stuff. It's way too much of that going on in the world today. So I like to keep my stuff positive and fun and comedic. And
That's our role. That's our role in media, in entertainment. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help people forget the crap that goes on from 8 to 5.
Yeah, unless you're a political guy and that's what your show is about. But it's like my politics, my religious beliefs, or whatever is my stuff. Like I'm not. No one needs to know that. I don't complain about that. It takes too much energy to complain about something that you can't fix. So why bother? Why don't we put out some positive stuff? Have some fun.
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking, and that's where I'm going. That's where my show's going to be. And hopefully people will enjoy that.
Oh yeah, they're going to tune in. I was going to say you could go all old school and open up an AOL chat. How about doing that?
How about it? I'm actually going to go. I'm going to do this first show tomorrow, but then I'm going to do a Facebook Live, I think, next week, so we can really talk to people and, get some questions for the bands and stuff like that, and really do an interactive, fun thing.
Yep.
Like I want it to be, it's 2 hours. I want it to be 2 hours of fun. I want it to be like, oh, I'm going to listen Unfiltered tonight. I had a crazy day. I want to enjoy 2 hours. That's the kind of way I'm thinking about it. So there's no, it's just a positive, fun show.
Awesome.
And good music.
Awesome.
Really good music as well.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it. My other show, we do it all on Facebook Live, and then we simulcast it out. So I certainly say do that, Periscope, whatever. You'll be surprised who tunes in. So, but are you nervous? Before you go, are you nervous about the show tomorrow?
I'm more stressed because it's a lot. Like I've been working on the show. It's been a build up for the last couple of weeks, but like today, a couple of days ago, my computer just crashed, so I lost everything. So I had to redo it. So I had to redo the show twice. But I mean, I got the playlist together. Everything's over. Now I can relax.
Right.
My friends are like, dude, you're wound up. Just chill. It's going to be fine. So yeah, I mean, I'm of course. I think that I'm excited, and there's nerves in there, and I think that's what's going to make it great. I don't think if you don't get nervous or excited for something, why do it?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So I'm definitely more excited, but yeah, there's some nerves in there as well.
Hey, why not? Have a little fun. You're going to make some mistakes. It's going to be great.
I don't make mistakes. What are you talking about?
That's right. I'm not going to make mistakes. When I pointed out the other day the Saigon Kick video where you do not play the drums, I went on for like 20 minutes about that the other day.
Which video is that? The way you mean?
Yeah, the big hit, Love Is Whatever.
Yeah, Love Is on the Way.
Yeah, Love Is on the Way. I'm sorry. And we all my audience, I'm like, let's watch the video. There's my friend Phil. Doesn't play on the song. What is up with that?
On my defense, I do cymbal crescendos, so that's good. The girls, they love the cymbal crescendos. It makes the girls cry.
That's right.
But yeah, how ironic. I equate that song with my career.
Yeah.
The only hit I have, no drums on it. So discuss amongst yourselves. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. It's tragedy and comedy at the same time.
Oh my God, that's funny. My biggest couple of years in Los Angeles was with a name not even my own. So how good is that?
That's great. But you redeem yourself. It's not where you start. So like when the Red Dragon Cartel record comes out, some of my best drumming of my life, and I'm not kidding. I'm so proud of this drumming that and people are going to see that how I play. I mean, drummers know that there's another song other than Love Is on the Way. But for me, I've been out of the business since 2005.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm coming back 12 years later on a brand new record that has pushed me to the limits drumming wise. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really looking forward to coming out and people going, oh, he's back. He's not doing drugs, and he's not, he's finally playing drums, and that's what it was all about, Where years ago I went the rock star route
right.
and just, was a screw up, and I learned from that. So this now is all about, playing drums and the music, and Jake taught me that just playing with him. So I'm really grateful for that, and looking forward to touring on top of everything else.
So how clear is your mind now that you're somewhat sober, I guess that's what it sounds like?
Yeah. My mind's not clear at all. I think that I did some damage for sure. I'm going to be 50 this year.
Wow.
And luckily one of my sponsors, Be True Organics, they actually have a mind pill, like a natural mind pill for your brain. And I literally, sent them a message. I was like, can you send me some of those mind pills? Because I think I'm losing mine. I really, but yeah, you could tell, noticeable difference in your body, after touring for so long.
Yep.
It's a little harder to get out of bed. You forget things. The drugs definitely catch up to you. Luckily, it hasn't really made me look old yet, but I think that's on its way too at some point. But for the most part, I feel real good. I feel young at heart anyways. So I have the mind of a young person thinking wise and having fun. But, sometimes you just forget things, I guess.
Do you think turning 50 this year had any effect on you of what you're trying to do now?
It's affected me mentally. I'm kind of in a weird place about that, about turning 50. My daughter's 25. She's getting her master's at FSU right now.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, I was like, the cliche. It's like enjoy life because you blink and it's over.
Yeah.
That's really where I'm at right now. So I'm having this struggle with 50 because I was like, what happened to the last 25 years?
Yeah.
It's a complete blur, the whole music thing. So I call this Act 3, and movies are set up the Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. The Act 3 clearly is the ending of the movie. So to me, this is Act 3 of life. And I'm hoping to enjoy it and remember it and really kind of take it in because I know I enjoyed Act 2 from 25 to 50. I don't remember much of it, but I know it was fun. I've seen the pictures. But this one I kind of want to really dig into and remember and enjoy. So yeah, I think 50 is kind of like, okay, good time to do everything now. Best drumming ever,
right.
Do the radio show. So it's kind of like a new start to me, if that makes any sense. I'm kind of like cleaning the slate and starting over.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Unfiltered is the name of the show. He premieres this week out in Vegas. And on top of that, he's going to show up here in Chicago on this home station as well on Friday nights. So we're looking forward.
Absolutely.
We're looking forward to that.
And I always tell the fans, go to philvarone.com, of course, for any updates. All my social media is real Phil Varone. So come on over. And, of course, I have the Unfiltered radio on Instagram as well. So everything's starting. So come over, say hello, follow me, yell at me, do whatever. But Have some fun.
Phil, always a pleasure to have you on the show, my friend, and good luck.
Thanks for having me. Talk soon.